The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, and Tampa Bay Downs.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring 3-year-old colts victorious against older rivals in both the Grade 1 Cigar Mile and Aqueduct and the Grade 1 Clark Handicap at Churchill Downs. We begin with 3-year-old fillies at Churchill Downs and the Grade 2 Mrs. Revere Stakes. Hawksmoor, the 9-5 favorite. Travis Stone has the call.
So round the far turn, Karen is still the leader. Cross Country continues with the pressure on the outside in second. Here comes Strive with a 3-wide bit on the far outside. Linda's winding up. Harmonize 5 wide off the turn. Hawksmoor needs to find a seam in behind. It's wide open, turning into the stretch of the Mrs. Revere. Linda and Harmonize. These two come to the 8th pole together. Chubby Smile squeezing through. Hawksmoor's there too. Sweet Tapper on the outside. Furlong to go. Linda's digging down deep. Harmonize trying to get by Linda. Linda's edging away though, opening up late. Linda on to victory in the Mrs. Revere, winning by 2.5.
Linda, the winner by 2.5 lengths over Harmonize. Brian Hernandez Jr. aboard in 144-3. The third victory in the last 4 starts for Linda, who finished second in her stakes debut, the Grade 3 Valley View. The filly by Scat Daddy was bred in Kentucky by Janice Whittam. The first of 2 graded stakes winners at the Downs last weekend. For Hernandez, trainer Ian Wilkes, and Whittam Thoroughbreds, Linda has earned $277,000. 2 Aqueduct for 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 3 Comely Stakes. Lewis Bay, the 3-5 favorite. John Embrial picks up the call.
Less than a half mile to the finish now, and the 3-year-old fillies go into the far turn. It's Modamore. Here comes Lewis Bay now up on the outside to challenge. Lewis Bay on the outside and Modamore down at the rail. Verve's Tail is moving to the 3rd. Big Mara is 4th, then Going for Broke, followed by Unbridled Mo and Flora-Dora. Now Lewis Bay has taken over the lead as they hit the top of the stretch. Lewis Bay in front. Verve's Tail now moves into second as Unbridled Mo drops back. Going for Broke is gaining some ground, but it is Lewis Bay with the lead. Verve's Tail in second, and then Going for Broke. Flora-Dora on the extreme outside. Lewis Bay leads by a length. Here's Verve's Tail with an upset chance on the outside. It's Lewis Bay, and it's Verve's Tail, and it is Verve's Tail to win the Comely at odds of 20-1.
Verve's Tail by Darby Dan Farm stallion Televicati gets up to score the upset by a neck over odds on favorite Lewis Bay. Paco Lopez up in 151-4. After placing in her first 7 starts, the Barclay tag trainee finally broke her maiden in her last outing at Keeneland. The filly was bred in Kentucky by her owner Charles Fipke and is a full sister to classic place Tail of Verve. Verve's Tail has earned $268,000. Darby Dan Farm stallion Televicati, a leading 3rd crop sire in North America in 2016. A week after Tail for Ruby won the Safely Kept Stakes, Televicati, represented by another up-and-coming 3-year-old filly, Verve's Tail, winner of the $250,000 Comely Stakes. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
Claiborne Farm presents Trap Shot. This graded stakes winner and multiple Grade 1 performer is now an emerging young sire. His top runners include Fish Trap Road, winner of the Grade 3 Dwyer Stakes, plus 2-year-old stakes winner Mirai, graded stakes place Quick Release, and Grade 1 performers My Man Sam and Wild Shot. Already ranked among the nation's leading sires of 2-year-old winners, Trap Shot has the speed, the class, and the pedigree to remain Tappett's top son. Trap Shot at Claiborne Farm.
Castleton Farm has a long and distinguished history as one of America's great horse farms, having reared multiple champions over the years. Situated on 1,100 acres, some of the finest bluegrass Kentucky has to offer, with 15 barns, including an isolation farm, providing full-service boarding. Castleton has a depth of professional experience coupled with passion for the thoroughbred horse and is dedicated to providing the most professional boarding experience possible in the thoroughbred industry. Kentucky's premier thoroughbred boarding, Castleton.
And now, a Florida thoroughbred history moment. In 1956, a small, feisty horse from Florida named Needles and his owners Jack Dudley and Bonnie Heath shocked the racing world, winning the Kentucky Derby. Needles proved that champions with modest pedigrees could be grown in the Sunshine State, thanks to the limestone-rich soil and spring water. His wild acclaim created the horse capital of the world that we know today. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred History Moment.
Not since Danzig has a stallion seen this much early success. He's not just setting records, he's making history. The best started stud ever. Uncle Mo, the momentum continues.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with an undefeated winner of the Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes coming up in this segment. Two-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. Two-year-old fillies at Aqueduct and the Grade 2 Demoiselle Stakes. Jameson and Ginger, the 9-5 favorite. John Embrial has the call.
Miss Sky Warrior continues to lead here. Miss Sky Warrior by 3/4 of a length. Libby's Tail runs in second, and here's Jameson and Ginger, and now she appears on the outside in third as Lady Day drops back, passed by Majestic Bonnie into fourth, and now the field is moving for the top of the stretch. 3 of them across. Miss Sky Warrior, Libby's Tail in between, and Jameson and Ginger on the outside. They're in the lane now. Miss Sky Warrior challenged on the outside by Jameson and Ginger. Miss Sky Warrior in front here. Jameson and Ginger is drifting out here in the stretch as they pass the 8th pole. Miss Sky Warrior trying to hold off Jameson and Ginger for another 1/16 of a mile. It's Miss Sky Warrior. Jameson and Ginger on the outside. Miss Sky Warrior has won the Demoiselle.
Miss Sky Warrior by Claiborne Farm Stallion First Samurai holds off odds-on favorite Jameson and Ginger by half a length. The second graded stakes victory on the card for Paco Lopez. Time of the race 1:53-1. The third consecutive victory for Miss Sky Warrior, stretching out after taking the Grade 3 Tempted Stakes at a mile over the track. The filly was bred in Kentucky by Arlene London. Miss Sky Warrior has earned nearly $349,000 for Arlene's Sunstar Stables. Kelly Breen trains the winner. To Churchill Downs for 2-year-old fillies in the Grade 2 Goldenrod Stakes. Daddy's Little Darling, the 5-2 favorite. Travis Stone has the call.
So it's Farrell in front, heading for the half-mile pole. Lovely Bernadette in pursuit down the outside second. Gree is tracking the leader third and toward the inside. A margin of 3 from there. Back to Funny Holiday racing along in fourth. Dance Proposals now fifth. China Grove is sixth. On the far outside is Fun running in seventh. Ever So Clever's finding a seam toward the inside, advancing to within about 6 lengths of the lead. In behind horses is Daddy's Little Darling, nowhere to go just yet. Someday Soon is winding up on the far outside. My Sweet Stella's tough trip continues. Dream Dancing circling up 2. Racing for the top of the stretch. Farrell's the one to catch. Off the turn, leading by 2. Lovely Bernadette, the whip is out. Gree fights on down toward the rail. Dance Proposal on the outside is 4th. China Grove is now 5th. Dream Dancing down the center of the track up into 6th. 1 furlong to go. Farrell kicks it into high gear, and she kicks away impressively by 5 now. Leaving all the fillies behind, it's Farrell down to the finish, coast to coast in the Goldenrod.
10-1 Farrell by Spendthrift Farm Stallion Malibu Moon draws off to defeat race favorite Daddy's Little Darling by widening 6 lengths. Channing Hill up in 1:44-1. A 5-length maiden winner over the track, the Wayne Catalano trainee stretching out to 2 turns after finishing third in the Rags to Riches Stakes at a mile. The winner was bred in Kentucky by her owner Coffee Pot Stables and is a half-sister to multiple Grade 1 Stakes winner and Windstar Farm Stallion Carpe Diem. Farrell has earned $151,000. Back to Aqueduct for 2-year-old males in the Grade 2 Remsen Stakes. To Cuffle, an impressive 8-length debut maiden winner, the 4-5 favorite. Again, here's John Embrial.
Takaffel is in front as they go around the far turn. It's Takaffel by a little more than a length. Motown second by a neck. Win with Pride on the outside in third. No Dozing is fourth. 3.5 from the front. And Newman is fifth. Takaffel ran 3/4 in 1:14, and they're coming for the quarter pole. It's Takaffel in front. Here's Motown on the outside. Takaffel and Motown, and they hook up in the stretch, and No Dozing is third. Motown has come away with the lead as they pass the 8th pole. Takaffel back running in second. No Dozing is third. It's a Motown, the son of Uncle Mo, to win the Remsen with Johnny Velasquez.
Motown by Coolmore, America's Stallion Uncle Mo, scores by 2.5 lengths over No Dozing, with odds-on favorite Takaffel third. John Velasquez aboard the Keeneland Sells graduate in 151-2. Second on debut at Saratoga, Motown was last seen breaking his maiden by 7 lengths, going a mile over a muddy track at Belmont Park. The colt was bred in Kentucky by John D. Gunther and Euro West Bloodstock. Motown has earned $243,000. Tony Dutrow trains the winner for Susan Magner, Michael Tabor, Derek Smith, and Team D. The promising colt was consigned by Glenwood Farm to the 2015 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was purchased by Team D for $200,000. Grade 2 Remsen Stakes winner Motown, the Keeneland Sells graduate of the week. A dozen 2-year-olds went posted at Churchill Downs in the Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes. Undefeated McCracken, the 4-5 favorite. Once again, here's Travis Stone.
4.5 furlongs to go. Uncontested shows the way. Wild Shot continues to prompt the pace on the outside in second. Warriors Club's not far behind third on the outside. Jocker Justice races up 4 wide from fourth. Total Taps advancing down inside fifth. Romeo pushed on sixth. Just Move On picks it up just a bit on the far outside from seventh. McCracken is on the move, passing horses on the far outside. A far turn blitz for McCracken to within 4 lengths of the lead. Shareholder Value trying to follow that move. Hand Sense is stymied down toward the inside. Silent Decrees winding up 2. They hit the top of the stretch. Uncontested is off the turn in front by 1. Wild Shot fights on from second. Warriors Club is third, and McCracken continues to rally from behind. Was fourth, is now third, and is closing in on the outside. 1 furlong to go, and Wild Shot comes away with the lead, but McCracken is bearing down on the outside. Here's McCracken and Wild Shot with a 16th to go, and McCracken grabs the lead 100 yards out, and he does it again. McCracken wins the Kentucky Jockey Club from off the pace by a length.
Odds-on favorite McCracken by Adena Spring Stallion Ghost Sapper. The winner officially by 1.25 over Wild Shot. Brian Hernandez Jr. up in 144 flat. The Ian Wilkes trainee is 3 for 3 at Churchill Downs, including a 3 3/4 length score in the 1-mile Street Scent Stakes. The undefeated colt was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Whittam Thoroughbreds. McCracken has earned $190,000. McCracken paid $360 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Spendthrift Farm Stallion Malibu Moon, AP Indy's leading sire 7 years running, is on the rise again in 2016. His rising 2-year-old filly Farrell romped by 6 lengths in the Grade 2 Goldenrod Stakes. Malibu Moon is also the sire of Grade 1 winner Karina Mia, who scored a runaway victory in last year's Goldenrod.
DANZA and Permanent Campaign streaking onto the line together, and DANZA wins by a half length.
And DANZA is the leader of the Arkansas Derby in a sparkling performance, is making short work of the Arkansas Derby field. DANZA is the boss as he wins by 5.
Here's Machono!
They're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Private Zone has run a 45 flat half mile and has opened up 2.5 lengths. Private Zone's got the lead close to home and he's all by himself. Private Zone wins the Forgo.
Now a Florida Thoroughbred history moment. Founded in 1956, Ocala Stud is the oldest active thoroughbred farm in Florida and a pioneer in the thoroughbred industry. The landmark Ocala Stud's message is simply put, if you want a runner, look to Ocala Stud. Ocala Stud revolutionized the worldwide industry, creating 2-year-old in training sales. Now represented by the 3rd generation of the O'Farrell family, the farm's reputation as a top producer of thoroughbreds makes them a symbol of excellence. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred history moment.
A Florida-bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida-bred.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the front-running winner of the Grade 1 Clark Handicap coming up in this segment. We begin at Del Mar with the Grade 2 Hollywood Turf Cup. Ashley Loves Sugar, the 9-10 favorite. Trevor Denman picks up the call.
Past the 5/8 pole they go, and now Ashley Loves Sugar turns the pressure on Royal Albert Hall. They go to the half-mile head and head now. Still 2 back to Flamboyant in 3rd. On the far side, Texas Riano. And still Powerfoot and Quick Casablanca, the last 2. There's been no change in about a mile now. They run into the far turn. Royal Albert Hall still the leader. Ashley Loves Sugar now are right up alongside, though. They nose and nose. Ashley Loves Sugar now goes for the lead. Texas Riano comes to tackle. Flamboyant, nowhere to go, waits patiently for room. Flamboyant Black Cap, nowhere to go. Then Powerfoot and Quick Casablanca. They are homeward bound. Ashley Loves Sugar in the pink. Texas Riano on the outside gets the lead. Flamboyant now comes with a run down at the rail. Texas Riano got first run and opened up, and a powerful stretch run from Texas Riano and Joe Talamo. Texas Riano takes the Hollywood Turf Club.
2-1 second choice Texas Riano defeats the favorite Ashley Loves Sugar by 3 1/4 lengths. Joe Talamo up in 2:27 4. Third, when Ashley Loves Sugar won the Grade 2 Del Mar Handicap, and runner-up to that same rival in the Grade 2 John Henry Turf Championship, the Carla Gaines trainee was coming off a 6th place finish in the Breeders' Cup Turf. The 5-year-old horse by Curlin was bred in Kentucky by Williamson Racing. Texas Riano has earned $438,000 for William B. Williamson. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the 2017 sales. Next from Del Mar, the Grade 2 Seabiscuit Handicap. A closing second in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, the 3-2 favorite. Once again, here's Trevor Denman.
They head to the half-mile pole, still not in a big hurry. Along the inside, What a View now joins him. On the far side, High Happy's right there. A Red Tie Day tucked in 4th. Stylistics United having to be asked to keep up now as Ring Weekend improves on the far side. Then we come back to Vijack, giving them 4 1/2 length start, and still Hunt the trailer. Into the turn they go now, and What a View turns up the pressure. Goes right with him down at the rail. High Happy 3rd. A Red Tie Day, Ring Weekend on the outside, and then Vijack. They're at the top of the lane now, and kicks on. Goes on for home again, opens up a length on them. What a View now struggling down the centre. Ring Weekend, Vijack with a late run. A Red Tie Day, suddenly the whole picture changes. Here's Ring Weekend on the outside. Ring Weekend, Vijack. Ring Weekend and Vijack gonna hit it together. Close, looked like Ring Weekend, and Dryden Van Dyke won it.
3-1 second choice Ring Weekend holds off Vijack by a head, with race favorite fading to 3rd. Drayden Van Dyke aboard in 1:42 1. Ring Weekend was coming off a 7th place finish in the Breeders' Cup Turf. Winner of the Grade 1 Frankie Kilroe Mile in his only start last season, the veteran turf star captured the Grade 2 Bernard Baruch Handicap last summer at Saratoga. The 5-year-old gelding was bred in Kentucky by Gainesway Thoroughbreds and was a $310,000 Keeneland September yearling. The second graded stakes winner on the card for Van Dyke and trainer Graham Motion, Ring Weekend has earned nearly $1,449,000 for St. Elias Stable and West Point Thoroughbreds. Access Thoroughbred Week replays every Saturday on Thoroughbred Daily News at thetdn.com. To Churchill Downs for the Grade 1 Clark Handicap. The field included the past two winners of the race, Opportunity and FNX, but the 2-1 favorite was Gunrunner. Travis Stone has the call.
And they're off in the Clark Handicap. Not the best of starts for Noble Bird. In fact, he's near the back of the pack. It was a good start for Gunrunner, though. Breaking Lucky broke well, and on the outside, it's Mr. Z2. Bias the first time. Mr. Z on the far outside. Gunrunner toward the rail. Breaking Lucky smack dab between them for the run into the clubhouse turn. FNX is toward the inside, racing in fourth. Prayer for Leaf is away fifth. Noble Bird did not break well at all. He's 3 wide on the first turn, racing in sixth. Shaman Ghost is seventh. Are You Kidding Me is down inside eighth. Opportunity is in the clear while ninth, racing up 3 wide. And Hawakam settles in at the back of the pack. So it's Gunrunner taking the field onto the back stretch run with 6 furlongs to go. The opening quarter in 23 3/5 seconds, stalked by Mr. Z. Here's Noble Bird on the far outside, racing up to be third, now challenging for the lead. Prayer for Leaf is also right there in that mix. Breaking Lucky's in behind, racing in fifth as they head for the half-mile pole. Opportunity is in the clear, racing sixth. Shaman Ghost is back into seventh. Are You Kidding Me is eighth. FNX is now ninth. Hawakam still trails. There's a half-mile to go. The opening half in 48 seconds flat. They're on the far turn now. So Gunrunner's had it all his own way. Up top, leads by 3/4 of a length. Noble Birds had to come from off the pace today, second on the outside. Here's Opportunity rolling up into third. And Shaman Ghost is launching a rally on the far outside while Breaking Lucky hangs tough toward the rail. They hit the top of the stretch and Gunrunner turns for home in front. Opens up a length and a half. Breaking Lucky pops outside for the stretch drive. Breaking Lucky's putting in a bid now. Opportunity is third on the outside. Shaman Ghost is fourth. 1 furlong to go. And the gritty Gunrunner is digging down and fending off Breaking Lucky. He's pulling away late now. Gunrunner by 2, Gunrunner by 3. Gunrunner's going to get his Grade 1, winning the Clark by 3 lengths on the wire.
The favorite Gunrunner rolls home by 2 3/4 lengths over 46-1 long shot Breaking Lucky. Florent Giroux aboard in 148 2. The only 3-year-old in the field, Gunrunner won the Grade 2 Louisiana Derby, was third in the Kentucky Derby, and runner-up to Connect in the Grade 2 Pennsylvania Derby. The Steve Asmussen trainee was favored off his second-place finish in the Breeders' Cup Mile. The colt by Candy Ride was bred in Kentucky by Bessie Lou Stables. Gunrunner has earned $2,037,000 for Winchell Thoroughbreds and Three Chimneys Farm. Coming up, a stretch duel in the Cigar Mile.
But Bahamian Squall has won the Sunshine State.
Bahamian Squall in front from Trinity Bird. Jackson Bend 4 outside. It's Bahamian Squall to win the Smile.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions,
the 11th Triple Crown winner,
13 classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
Now a Florida Thoroughbred history moment. Founded in 1956, Ocala Stud is the oldest active thoroughbred farm in Florida and a pioneer in the thoroughbred industry. The landmark Ocala Stud's message is simply put, if you want a runner, look to Ocala Stud. Ocala Stud revolutionized the worldwide industry, creating 2-year-old in training sales. Now represented by the 3rd generation of the O'Farrell family, the farm's reputation as a top producer of thoroughbreds makes them a symbol of excellence. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred history moment.
Competitive Edge, the winner by 4.5 lengths.
And Embellish the Lace has gone all the way in the Alabama. Run Happy has won the sprint. What a
Success on the world's biggest stages begins at Keeneland. In 2016, one sales company had more graded stakes wins, more graded stakes winners, more Grade 1 winners, more big-time racing thrills than all other sales companies combined. It all adds up to another amazing year for those who carry the sign of success. The Keeneland Grads.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Aqueduct for the 28th running of the Grade 1 Cigar Mile. Connect, the 3-2 favorite. Here's the call by John Embrial.
And they're off in the Cigar Mile. And Realm came away well on the outside. It's 3-5 India. And down at the rail, there's the gray Anchor Down. Anchor Down and 3-5 India. They're heads apart for the early lead, with Realm sitting right behind in third and Divining Rod to his outside in fourth. Then comes War Story next in fifth. Connect is sixth. Economic Model down on the inside in seventh. Ocean Knight runs next in eighth. At the back, our Tale of Saval. And My Loot is the trailer through an opening quarter mile in 23 and 1/5 seconds. Anchor Down leads here by a head. Pressured by 3-5 India, who's right there on the outside in second. It's a length and a half to the duo of Realm and Divining Rod. Now Connect moves up into fifth, 4 lengths from the front. War Story is at the rail. Tale of Saval is gaining some ground in between horses. Ocean Knight is on the far outside. As the field races midway around the far turn, it's still Anchor Down and 3-5 India. They remain 1-2 as Divining Rod and Connect gain ground on the outside. And now it's 4 of them stacked across the track, with Realm right behind in fifth. Then Tale of Saval. Ocean Knight will be forced wide as the ball. They come into the stretch after 3 quarters in 1:11. And here is Connect on the outside of Divining Rod. And Realm has moved into third. It's Divining Rod on the inside and Connect on the outside. It's a heck of a stretch run in the Cigar Mile. They come down for the finish. Divining Rod and Connect heads apart on the line.
And here's another look at that photo finish. It's 5-1 Divining Rod, looking for the upset on the inside with Daniel Centeno aboard. But the favorite Connect is closing rapidly on the outside under Javier Castellano. And Connect gets up to take the photo by a head. The 5th victory in the last 6 starts for Connect, and the 2nd graded stakes winner on the card for Castellano. The mile in 1:35-1. Connect making his first start since defeating Gunrunner in the Grade 2 Pennsylvania Derby. The 3-year-old colt by Curlin was bred in Kentucky by Fox Strauss Stable. It was a $150,000 Saratoga yearling. Connect has earned $1,250,000. Chad Brown trains the winner for Paul Pompa Jr. Javier Castellano with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. We'll have 3-year-olds in the Grade 1 Hollywood Derby and fillies and mares in the Grade 1 Matriarch Stakes and the Grade 2 Bayaco Handicap from Del Mar next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.